Once you meet Jesus Christ, you must never go back to the cursed place. You are going to go following Jesus Christ. You are going to go out of the land of curse. You are going to go to enjoy the abundant life. This story is showing tremendous truth in our lives. You know, the earth where we are living has been cursed because of the treason of the Adam and Eve. When God made the Garden of Eden, it was a fantastic palace. When God built, God really built. God made the Garden of Eden a fantastic paradise. God built a beautiful palace. There was wonderful flowers and trees and every kind of fruit. And Adam and Eve could have stayed there eternity enjoying all of those things, generation after generation. Well, then somebody would say, well, there will be a population explosion. There will be no place to accommodate all the people. Do you know why God created all this universe? Sun, moon, all of those stars, billions of stars. God never created anything for nothing. He has purpose. I sure believe that if Adam and Eve had not fallen from grace, God would have raised up tremendous number of the human beings and moved them to another planet again and again and again and again. But Adam and Eve failed. They rebelled against God. And because of their high treason, the earth has been cursed since that time until now. The earth has been cursed with sin. The sin began to reign upon the humanity. And unholiness and worldliness took over the humanity. They tried to live a good, holy life, but they had no power. The earth has been cursed with sorrow and depression and grief. The earth has been cursed with sickness and disease and crippling sickness. The earth has been cursed with poverty and unhappiness. And the earth has been cursed with death and hell. All through the history of human beings, government tried to solve this problem of curse, but they failed. Philosophers, they tried to solve this problem and they failed. And scientists, they've tried to solve these problems, they failed. And religions, they tried to solve these problems, they failed, because we see the abundance of sin still rampaging this world. Still we see the worldliness and unholiness prevail in every corner of the society. Still we see the sorrows. Still we see the sickness and disease. Still we see the poverty and the curse. Still we see the death and hell. So this shows that human beings have struggled and endeavored to solve this problem, but they have clearly failed. Who can solve this problem? 2,000 years ago, the Son of God, Jesus Christ, visited Jericho. Jesus Christ visited this earth. No one invited him, but he voluntarily visited this earth. As Jesus was visiting the Jericho, no one invited him to come to Jericho, but he came, he visited by himself voluntarily. So much so, Jesus Christ has come to the earth 2,000 years ago. Not to spend vacation, but he came here to be identified with the suffering humanity. Jesus Christ did not bring the religion. Do not misunderstand. Christianity is not religion at all. No, not religion. I'm now 64 years old. When I was 17 years old, I was struck down with a terminal tuberculosis right after the Korean War. My parents took me to hospital and the doctors checked over me and they found out that I had big cavity on the right middle of my right lung and my left is full of tuberculosis. And doctors, they shook their head and said, we can't operate on you. Your tuberculosis progressed too much. And they said, with our medical science, we cannot help you. The doctor said, I'm sorry. He said, you go home, eat food which you would like to eat, and you meet your friends whom you would like to meet, because you don't have too long time on this earth. He says, we tell you that you have 3 months and at most 6 months to live. When I heard that ultimatum, whole world seemed to be roaring around me, and I was hazed. And in that condition, I come back home. I took the 3-month calendar and I put on the wall. Then I laid myself down on the cold Korean floor, and there I was waiting to die. And I was born and raised up as a Buddhist. I had been very faithful Buddhist. My father was a Buddhist philosopher. And so we were kneeling down every day, and we were chanting till I felt spooky. But I was struck down with tuberculosis, and I was desperate. I say, oh Buddha, I'm your faithful disciple. Come and help me. I'm dying. I'm choked. I can hardly breathe. I'm constantly vomiting the blood. Come and help me. I was full of fear. I said, I had been a faithful Buddhist, and why should I have this kind of fear of death? I was praying, crying, travailing before the Buddha, but no answer came. Finally, I was desperate. I said, Buddha, are you on your vacation? Are you out of your business? How come that you don't hear me? Yes, I was in Jericho. My whole life was in Jericho. I was in curse of sickness and disease and poverty. We were so poverty-stricken that my parents could not take me to the hospital. It was after the war. We were living from hand to mouth. It's very difficult to keep existence. So out of desperation, one day I said, Lord God, if there were God in the universe, would you please come and help me? I don't like to die. I'm too young to die. I'm 17 years old. If ever there were living God, if ever you would come down and touch me and give me a life, then I will give rest of my life to you, and I'll go around the world telling about your marvelous work. Because of that prayer, this evening, I'm standing before you.